Here's Brody Brazil.
Brody, what would be my honest reaction if the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup? I'll tell you, Riley, it would have been a much stronger reaction had it been their first year of existence when they went to the Stanley Cup final. Like, that would have blown my mind. Expansion team wins title in a major sports league. Unbelievable. You know what? I would kind of say not it's about time, but they've been very competitive. They've been knocking on the door for a couple years. Didn't make the playoffs last year, right? So, look, they're talented. They still have a great core. I know that they're going through the transition of figuring out how to keep everybody, how to deal with that hard salary cap. But I'll tell you, my reaction would not be surprised. It would also not be angry either. To be honest, if you're a Sharks fan right now, there are more pressing issues close to home. It's interesting how in the competitive days of the 2010s, and every year you're in the playoffs, you try to figure out who's the Sharks' rival. Is it Vancouver in the early 2010s? Or even going back to the late 2000s, is it Anaheim? How about the mid-2010s? Is it the Los Angeles Kings? Is it the late 2010s, the Las Vegas Golden Knights? Who is our main rival? Well, you know what? Right now, I don't even care who the rival is. Welcome, Seattle. You're not a rival. The Sharks have enough on their plate to figure out, to steer this team back in the right direction. I'm very curious to see what pick they ultimately get. And in about a month, we'll know. We'll have the lottery draft, or the lottery numbers. The draft numbers will be picked in lottery fashion. I've got to figure out how to say that. And ultimately, later in the summer, we will have the draft. And you'll kind of, I really do think that once the picks are figured out, once the selections are lined up, we'll know who the picks are going to be. I mean, I think top 3, 4, 5 are pretty set. And I would really hope that the Sharks end up top 3. I mean, I think even being a 5th pick at this point, it's just going to frustrate a lot of people. There's no question about it. It's going to make people uneasy, you know. And it's I'm going to say it's somebody's fault. I mean, it's a lottery. Even if you finish last, you still only have a 25.5% chance of picking first. So it just, I hope for them that something beneficial comes out of a couple rough seasons in a row, but especially this one. You're right there at the bottom of the standings. This is an unprecedented draft class. Go capitalize on this. The stars are aligning for you. It's not been in a pretty way, but now at the end of this storm, you're like, whoa, look at the sun. Is the sun going to beam right down on me and on us? Are we going to get a pick and a player that matters? I certainly hope so. But again, in terms of like this question and the rivalry situation and like rivals, I'm going to tell you, rivals don't matter as much to the Sharks right now. Like, it'll be fun to get competitive again and to pick out the team that you're ascending with and competing with to win the Pacific Division. But at this point, rival conversation off the table, restructuring conversation, rebuilding conversation, definitely prominent.